friends, Kairi here, and welcome back to the Minecraft Hardcore Challenge player update for October 2018. Today, first off, today's player update is brought to you with the help of Complex Hobbyist again, and our website updater, Mustang Girl 3374. So, without further ado, friends, let's begin with Baker Bell. Day 3, she chops down trees in the rain. She realizes wood was closer in another direction after returning to the mountain. She parkours, quite literally, up the mountain with lightning in the background and lights up the summit. And she gets stuck in between a creeper and a skeleton as morning comes. Day 4, she finally makes a shield. She lights up the mountain to make a better and safer way to the top, and she mines throughout the night to avoid phantoms. Next, we have Big Edley on Bedrock. Day 3, he makes a hidey hole next to his farm. And then he makes his way to the coordinates specified, which is a sky island on Bedrock. And he ladders up to the top of said sky island. Day 4, he reveals that his castle design includes andesite and spruce. He mines straight down to andesite after remaking farm under the build site, and he finds andesite quickly. Next, we have Complex Hobbyist. Day 3, he starts to work on the castle tower and walls, and Day 4, he completes half the tower and its staircase. He fights some phantoms by the end of the night. Crafting Mantis. Day 3, she finishes her farm and continues to work on her tower. She goes back to the base of the mountain after some wood and zombie flesh. She finds a skeleton and leaves the fight with one heart. To be safe, she goes back to the summit. Day 4, she makes bread to heal up and get down the mountain to gather more resources. She gets back up by nightfall and finishes the second floor of her tower. Then we have Dragon Feathers. Day 3, she finishes her staircase down. She makes a wheat farm for food, and she collects iron and spruce, and she places stairs up her staircase all night. Day 4, she smelts the iron she got in Day 3. She lights up the summit. She raises her perimeter walls and puts a roof of slabs on top to protect from phantoms, and she mines cobble at nighttime. Now we have Grandma's Gone Gaming. Day 3, she gathers more resources and finds a dungeon. A baby zombie almost kills her. She clears the dungeon and establishes a base. Day 4, she gathers more materials and gets some dried kelp. Then she makes ladders and uses them to get up to the summit. Now we have newcomer Grim Optimist. Well, the second newcomer. Day 3, he explores the underwater shipwreck. He finds its treasure map, but throws it away because it is too far away. He climbs to the summit and starts to work on the terrain. Day 4, he starts by smelting materials and building the castle entrance. During the night, he fights some phantoms. In a moment of distraction, he is killed by one of them. That ends a good run by newcomer Grim Optifine. Now we have Ironstein. Day 3, he creates a farm and continues to work on the terrain for his build. He starts to build the main tower. Day 4, he completes the first floor in the basement of its tower. Now we have Jamcams. He is a newcomer. Welcome. That I somehow missed last week. I am sorry about that. I don't know how I did that. Day 1, he gets kelp, and he makes a shield and mines the night away. Day 2, he explores a ravine where he finds iron. He reaches the summit and levels the top of it. He tries to dive mine and realizes that 1.13.1 makes it no longer possible. Day 3, he mentions that he wants to build a fortification, but not a castle. He semi-automates kelp cooking. He finds a shipwreck and ocean ruins. This guy is unique. I like him. He finds enchanted books and gear. Day 4, he hunts for buried treasure. He makes the first anvil I have seen in MHC. Keep in mind, this is I have seen. I'm not saying it's the first one that's ever been made. And 4 phantoms attack, and he survives. And he also builds a wall around the summit. Now we have Geek W. Day 3, he realizes that he does not have enough cobble for build, so he makes a way down from the mountain by jumping off edge into water. Makes a waterfall as a way back up. While in the water, he gathers kelp for a food source and decides to make a cobble generator. He gathers lava for cobble generator. As night begins to fall, he decides to make a way back to mountain and discovers that waterfall froze, so he has to find another way back up the mountain. He gathers some resources on the way. He makes it back up the mountain by staircasing / pillaring up. Once there, he finishes the platform, then makes several attempts to make a cobble generator, succeeding on the 4th attempt. He talks about plans for castle and starts to plan to start building next episode. Near the end of the episode, he turns lava from the cobble generator into obsidian. Day 4, he starts off the episode by laying out the design for his build with cobble. He gets the workroom area completely enclosed, which will house the new cobble generator, storage, and crafting area. He breaks the cobble block to place dirt, to plant trees, and almost falls through hole. He makes another waterfall surrounded by torches for access up and down the summit, and goes down to get lava as night falls quickly. He quickly grabs a bucket of lava and makes it back to the waterfall to go back up to the summit and makes it safely. He fences off the lava to prevent accidental death by lava, starts mining cobble from his generator. He pops outside his work area long enough to get a phantom to spawn. He goes back to mining cobble as day begins to approach. He ends the episode while mining cobble. Now we have New Azusa. Day 2, he makes his way to the summit. He immediately lights up the summit. He then makes a wheat farm. He creates a ladder system to get to the summit. Day 3, he starts off episode by flattening the top of the mountain. He decides to head down due to needing food and looks for a quick and easy way down. However, he decides to play it safe and starts down the way he went up. He eventually makes a diving board to jump into water rather than making it the rest of the way down. He decides to gather up kelp for food and is worried about starving. So he decides to dry kelp prior to making the way back up mountain as nightfall approaches. After eating some of the dried kelp, he continues to make way up mountain and once there continues to dry kelp. He also clears off the snow and flattens the top out as day begins to approach. He has yet to post his day 4. Now we have pine leaf needles. The last of our solo players. I did not mention that before. Day 3, she starts that episode by making the rest of the way up to the mountaintop and finding the exact coordinates by marking them with torches. She starts clearing out the area to flatten it out. She talks about the phantom spawning in the next night and discusses castle types and planning her build. She starts defining layout of the castle and access to mountaintop will be outside of the castle, while deciding to work with the natural terrain. Decides where the entrance is based on layout of castle walls as well as a secondary entrance. She decides that the roof needs to be on by the next night and lights up the area to keep other mobs from spawning. She continues building the castle walls as night approaches and talks about defenses. She decides to add a rear door while looking for a place to make a hearth, but forgets that was what she was doing. She decides on a better location for the rear door and remembers the hearth. She decides that in her next episode, she will go down to hunt for more iron and coal while working on a staircase to access second layer of castle. Day 4 is spent trying to find a way down to look for iron and spots a creeper who spots her. And then said creeper disappears. She comes up with a storyline for the castle build. She is in exile and is just trying to survive, and hence the reason why the small castle is on a very tall mountain. She makes stone slabs for a ceiling and floor to keep out the phantoms. As night falls, she decides to dig down within the castle for more researchers, as the original mine is not easily accessible. While sprawling down the new mine, hits open air and decides on a straight section and then continues down. She again hits open air. She realizes she did not take the time to gather food and decides that she needs to find some dirt. She is worried about running into hostile mobs as she is going up and down the stairs. She again hits open air and looks out the hole, being shot at by a skeleton. She then blocks up the area and backtracks to go to a different direction and finds dirt as day dawns. Now we have our teams. First up, we have Jackal Wolf and Creative Kitty 09. Day 3, Jackal goes for food, while Creative Kitty builds a wall and platform. Creative Kitty continues to hoard the crafting table. I'm beginning to suspect this will be a continuing thing. Jackal has 3 wheat, but he does not make a piece of bread. And dried kelp saves Creative Kitty's life. Then Jackal builds a proper wall. Day 4, Jackal kills a creeper Creative Kitty follows her father down for more kelp. Jackal is suddenly blown up by a creeper. He is out of the game. And day 4 ends. And Creative Kitty needs to make her father a memorial. John Fall and BSM have yet to post their videos. Thirdly, we have Minecrafting Mom and Ninja Eevee. Day 3, Minecrafting Mom finds a village in a shipwreck. Ninja Eevee starts building a tower. Minecrafting Mom nearly dies to a drown. They find each other as the episode ends. Day 4. Minecrafting Mom is immediately blown up by a falling creeper. Ninja Eevee has made a wooden tower. He makes a potato farm in it. Ninja Eevee narrowly avoids phantoms. Fourthly, we have my fellow helper Mustang Girl 3374 and Cali Cat Girl in Bedrock. Day 2, Mustang Girl goes caving at the start. Callie the cat is nowhere to be heard, thankfully. They quickly go to the build site. They dig down for nighttime. Day 3, Mustang Girl makes a farm under build site. Mustang Girl mines the night away again. Cali Cat Girl has a food problem, and they have yet to post their Day 4 videos. Fifthly, we have C3PO and Dark Diamond. Day 3, they gather some kelp and wood. Dark Diamond starts to make a staircase on the mountain. They spend the night finding zombies, and they both start to climb the mountain by dawn. Day 4, Dark Diamond gets to the summit. C3PO goes to explore a village in a shipwreck. During the night, they start to build their castle. Finally, we have the Pigglesworth, Zilloy XP, and Jellowmutt. Day 3, they finish their zombie farm, but realize they could have been eating kelp instead. Jellowmutt finds out that their chicken is inside the slaying chamber. Zoe tries to save it with a boat, but almost dies in the process. Eventually they find out that the chicken had suffocated and died. So they decide to build a monument to honor their teammate. By dawn, they finally start to climb to the summit. Day 4, Zilloy XP and Jellowmutt get to the summit to build a chicken statue. Piggy stays behind to try to go to the nether, and Fine dies for the chicken monument. By nightfall, they forget about phantoms and must hide underground. That was hilarious. Piggy cheats by jumping into a bed. I thought this was Zola's issue, not yours, Piggy. Anyway, so this concludes the MHC October 2018 player updates for week 2. Please leave a like and a comment, and if you really did like it, please do subscribe. And I will see you next week, friends. Bye-bye!